some NBA player props for Sunday, December 18th. We're going to get right into the picks. We went 5-3 last night, another winning night, but man, it really should have been better. We had a couple bad beats, but Trey, I'll have you start today.
Yeah, I went back-to-back 2-1 days. I guess I can't complain about that. 2 winning days in a row. Tyler Hero was the only one that didn't hit. I had over 21.5 points. He scored 21 exact and broke my heart because he was dribbling out the clock instead of pulling up to shoot. Like, come on, Zion Williamson. Like, I thought that the young generation loves to shoot. But Tyler Hero dribbled out the clock and did not shoot it. So we lost on the hook. And I hit on the Zion Williamson over 20.5 points and Kawhi Leonard over 30.5 PRAs. Kawhi Leonard almost hit the PRAs on his points alone, and Zion Williamson scored 18 fourth quarter points. So shout out Zion Williamson for getting there and getting us those points. But our picks today, I got three. I'm going to give you guys three again. The first one is going to be Tyrese Halliburton over on points. Looks like it's set at 18.5, and I really like that number. Tyrese Halliburton has been a very consistent player at home, averaging over 20 points per game at home. In his 15 home games this year, he's only not scored 20 points 3 times. So he's been really consistent at home. He's been hitting this mark almost every home game. And if you look at who they're playing, the Knicks, people think the Knicks are a good defensive team. They are ranked 24th in defensive rating this year. So I think Halliburton's going to get a lot of opportunities to score, especially at home, and especially since this is going to be a close game. So he's going to stay in the game the whole game. And then my second play is going to be Klay Thompson over on points. It's set at 20.5, and I really like that number for Klay. Oh, it even bumped up to 21.5. And you know what? I still like that number because Steph Curry is out this game. He's going to get a lot of opportunities. In his first game without Steph, he only scored 12 points, but that was against James Harden. We all know he's a lockdown defender. Just kidding. But 2 years ago, Klay Thompson tore his ACL in Toronto. That's who they're playing tonight at Toronto. So I think he's going to get a little bit of a revenge game. I think he had this game circled, kind of like show them, hey, I know this is where I tore my ACL, and you guys were laughing at me and waving me off the court. You know what? I'm not that guy anymore. I'm going to come back and I'm going to shoot a lot. And if you look at the Raptors allowed the third highest field goal percentage in the NBA. So their defense is, some people say, stifling, but their opponents make their shots whenever they play the Raptors, and the stats are the stats. And in the last 5 games, Klay has played without Curry. He's averaged over 28 points per game. So I really like this line for Klay, even though it bumped up a point from this morning. 21.5 is still a good play. And then my last one, I'm going to be all points props for you guys today. It's going to be Kevin Durant over 27.5. You guys know I usually ride with Kyrie Irving, but this game I'm flipping over to Kevin Durant. He's been on a tear. If you look at his game log, he's averaging over 30 points the last 5 games. And in his last 4 games versus the Pistons, those are the last 4 games with the Nets versus the Pistons, he's averaged over 36 points per game. So KD loves playing the Pistons. I think he's going to get a ton of shots up, and the Pistons are really bad on the defensive end, allowing the 2nd most points per game, 6th most rebounds, 10th most assists, and 4th most and the 4th highest field goal percentage. So the Pistons are not good on the defensive end at all. So I'm going to go Kevin Durant over 27.5 points. Those are my 3 plays: KD over points, Klay over points, and Tyrese Halliburton over on points.
Yeah, I really like that Klay revenge kind of game. Show me, don't tell me for Klay Thompson tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and go next. I went 2-1 last night, moves me to the 15-5 run. Last night we won CJ and Booker both over points. Neither was close. Booker dropped 58 last night and a huge get-right game for him. If you guys watched that game, he was so special to watch. Oh, my goodness, he can score the ball. But and then my golden goose, Damian Lillard, he missed by 1.5 points in a blowout win. He did get put back in late. He made a 3, gave me some hope, but he got pulled right after he made the shot. But it was a bad pick. He got up 20 shots. He just had an off night. But I have 2 props for today. I'm going to start with an under, which makes my skin crawl, but I'm going to go under 21.5 on Al Horford PRA. Horford has not been scoring well in the last 5 games, only scoring 6.8 points per game. I would take his under points, but there is a chance he gets hot from the corner 3. He loves to shoot the 3 ball. I'm taking PRA because Robert Williams is back for the Celtics, and it should cut into Horford's playing time. Horford is sitting around 31 minutes per game right now, but with Williams back, I think that might drop to 24 to 28 minutes per game. It's going to be a learning curve because Williams came back last game, but Horford exited with a small injury, but he's back tonight. But I'll take the chance on this under because I think his minutes are going to get cut a bit and the lack of scoring recently. So under 21.5 PRA. And then my second prop is going to be Jalen Brunson over 1.5 threes made. For some reason, Jalen Brunson, who is currently on my shit list for people, for gambling reasons only, not because I don't like him as a person, but he's been on fire lately the last 2 games. He shot 15 threes and made 9 of those threes, both games against the Bulls and both games at Chicago. I'm not sure if he just likes the rims for the Bulls, but I can't ignore the 1.5 line after watching his past 2 games. This is a chance for him to redeem himself from my previous picks by me, but I like Brunson to keep shooting the 3 ball in this game, so I'll take his over 1.5 threes tonight. Teats?
Yeah, I don't like that Jalen Brunson play, but for the same reason as he's on my shit list and I'll never play him again. I went 1-1 last night. Lauri Markkanen kind of just disappeared. He was a non-factor outside of his 18 points against the Bucks in a blowout loss. But I did get Evan Mobley. He did hit. His PRAs was at 26.5. He got to 29, so that was awesome. So let's kind of get into it. I've got 3 for you tonight. I'm feeling pretty confident about it.
Let's go.
We're already there. Let's start with the 3-pointers made. I want to start with Klay Thompson. 3-pointers. I'm taking the under. 4.5 for me is just too much. He has hit right around that mark 3 times. Hit it once. But, dude, that's a lot of 3-pointers to be making in a game. And if he's not consistently making 5, 6 3-pointers, I just don't see how that's a very confident line to hit, honestly. I know that he's going to be kind of like one of the primary factors in this game, but we also have Jordan Poole, who loves to bring the ball down, who also loves to set up shots for himself. So I think that Klay can hit his over on points. I just don't know if he'll hit it from the 3-pointer. He might be having to get to the line a little bit more and get some points from free throws. The other 2 are going to be some just overs on points in general. And I'm telling you that they're overs because I cannot live with myself on a Sunday taking an under. So we're going to start with Paolo Banchero over his 19.5. Just the last 2 games against the Celtics, he's averaging 21.5, and over the last 5, 21 in general, and he's averaging 20 points away. As you can see, the last 5 games, very consistent. So 19.5 just feels right. He's been actively being very involved in that offense, and although the Boston defense is typically pretty solid, I don't think that Jaylen Brown's going to be shadowing him all game. So I think that he's going to get himself some free buckets every now and then. I think 20 plus is going to be pretty easy money for him. The other one is going to be Julius Randle over 25.5 points. Away, he hasn't been doing the best. He's only averaging 23 points while he's on the road, but the last 5 games in general, he's averaging 28.8 points. As you can see, for the last 5 games he's played, he's hit this mark. He didn't hit it this most previous game 2 days ago against Chicago. But I don't think this Indiana team really has a whole lot to throw at him that's going to shut him down. He kind of can be a streaky shooter, but we've seen him put up 23 almost in a quarter before. So I think 25, as long as he can stay consistently shooting throughout the game, and as long as they don't blow out the Pacers, I think that he can hit that 30 mark pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't mind that overall for Randall, but 8 props for tonight. Let's try to have a winning night. Let's win these.
Let's go.
8-0.
Yep, that'll do it for our NBA player props for December 18th. If you guys enjoyed the content, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel below. We'll see you guys next video, and thank you for watching.